Okay. Before I say anything about the situation at hand, please watch the entire video, hear me out, and just come to your own conclusion. Don't pick a side based on bias. Don't accuse people of doing things without proof. And excuse me, I know I'm frazzled right now, but who wouldn't be? I don't think I've ever been this mad or upset in my whole life, and it's for good reason. So if you don't already know, this is a response to JakePaul's video, "My assistant was assaulted." And I have quite a few things to say about this situation. I first want to come out and say 99% of what this kid said in his video was absolutely fabricated and not true. I am going to be 150% honest about everything and every detail about this night from my point of view. Because at this point, it has gotten to where this needs to be pursued legally. Defamation of character and slander to the highest degree, and I just can't believe as a human being you could do this to somebody and paint somebody to be this horrible, evil human being when that's not the case at all. There's so much to this story, and I'm going to give you guys every single intimate detail of it on this specific case, this specific instance, and we're going to talk a little bit about JakePaul and who he is as a person. So to start, the first time I heard about this instance was from Nick Crompton. He DM'd me, and that's here. He said to me somewhere along the lines of, she said she knows you didn't do it on purpose, so she doesn't think that you did it on purpose, but my assistant was at Warwick last night. It's a club in LA, and you were there as well, and she walked by your table, and you like clotheslined her or did something, and you left this bruise on her neck. So right here, Nick has lost all credibility. The Team 10 story, their side of the story, for me and for you guys as well, it should lose all credibility. In these situations, when these accusations are this intense and you're being accused of doing shit to this degree, you need to pay attention to every single detail and how everybody's telling the story. It all matters so much. In this DM, you can clearly see Nick telling me that she knows it was an accident. Fast forward to today, and in their video, she's painting me out to be this evil, brutal monster who did this shit all on purpose. Roll the clip.
When I was leaving, he sort of clotheslined me and put their arm out in front of me and tried to like pull me into the place that they were, into his table. He like put his arm out and like went like this, and I was looking up at him and our faces were really close, and he sort of like was right here.
As you guys can see, the DMs from Nick and what she's saying on camera in front of millions of people are two totally different things, and that's a serious problem. And I don't run away from things that I do that are wrong. If I'm an asshole, I'm a asshole, and I'll say sorry and I'll take responsibility for it and I'll accept it. I never thought that anybody could lie about something like this, so initially I responded with, wait, what? Who is that? I've never seen this person ever. I don't remember having any interaction with this person, and this is the first time I had ever seen this human being in my life, and it's a picture of a bruise on her neck, and I'm being told that I caused the bruise. So I responded, I said, oh my god, like, holy shit, like I don't remember doing that. I don't think, I never saw her, but obviously if I did do it, it was on accident, 100% on accident, and I'm sorry. And I asked for her Twitter and I tried to get in touch with her, to which Nick didn't respond to any of that. Now I'm having second thoughts on even if that's a possibility, even if the possibility of me doing this on accident is possible, because at this point, anything that these kids say or do could be an absolute lie. Like, this is so crazy, because everything else about this, like I said, I'm gonna be 100% honest, and there is a possibility, 100%, it is possible that I was dancing or something. I'm a big guy, I'm 6'5", I weigh 200 pounds, and I'm in there dancing, so I'm turning up with my friends, and there's a possibility that I bumped into this girl, or, you know, like, elbowed her in the neck or something, but obviously this shit wasn't intentional, if it happened at all. I'm beginning to believe that this isn't true. We're gonna get to the bottom of it. I'm going to get these tapes, and I'm gonna dig until I have absolutely 100% truth to this and closure on this, because this has me shaken up. The thing that bothered me most about this video is when she said I kissed a girl, when she said I made out with girls there. 100% not true. But before I get into that, I want to say something. Okay, so fast forward all through Warwick. We go to Warwick, I go to an after party with all my friends, and keep in mind guys, everybody that I went there with is also friends with Alyssa and knows Alyssa, okay? The people that I'm around are all friends with her, they all know her. So I'll touch on this more and get more into detail about this, but the fact that I made out with a girl, absolutely untrue, didn't happen. If it did, this would have came out a million different ways and a million different people would have had something to say about it. Zero chance, no way. I didn't make out with anybody. She knows that, I know that, everybody there knows that. But before I get into any more detail about that, I want to let you guys know how the rest of my night went. So I remember 99% of what happened at Warwick, and I'm the type of person who can drink, and the next morning I'm not hungover and I remember every detail of the night before. Thursday morning was not like that at all. I woke up and I was rocked. I remembered Warwick. I went to some after party. I had glimpses of me trying to hop a fence. I cut my arm on some fence. I lost my phone. I was completely incoherent. I was texting Alyssa the whole time while I was at Warwick. We expected her to be there. My friend Alexa, who's gonna be in the video in a minute, that's all we talked about at Warwick. She's like, when's your girlfriend coming? When's your girlfriend? I was like, she's gonna be here any minute. She's gonna be here any minute. She's gonna be here any minute. One of her friends that she came with actually was Summer. She forgot her ID and couldn't come in, so they just left. And I stayed, I was there with my friends. We left, I went to some after party, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it was a complete blur after that. And that's so unlike me. I even told Alyssa the next morning, I feel like I got drugged. I feel like I picked somebody's drink up, or something happened where I like got drugged by something. I've never experienced this in my life. I've drank a million times in my life. I'm 25 years old. I definitely have experience with drinking, and I always try to do it as responsibly as I can, and that's just never ever happened to me. And this is where it gets crazy, because there's a lot of information that has developed in the past hour, and this is gonna blow your guys' minds, okay? So fast forward, Alyssa and Summer finally find me. I don't have a phone, my shirt is ripped up, and they said I was being goofy. I hopped on her car, I was licking her window, I was being crazy, and all the stuff that I texted her, I was just whatever. I don't know what happened after Warwick, but thankfully I remember everything that happened at Warwick. I put that thought of being drugged in the back of my mind, and I kind of just brushed it off because I didn't know if that was possible or not, but come to find out, there was more than just the assistant at Warwick. And this is where it gets really, really interesting. Now I'm gonna bring in Taylor and Alexa in here. They're gonna tell you their side. They were at Warwick the whole time. They saw everything. I was with both of them the whole time. I'm gonna give you their testimonials and let you guys hear what they have to say. Okay, so this is my friend Alexa. She's a good friend of mine. I just wanna give you guys a little bit of backstory on who we are and how our relationship is. Just wanna start off by saying, we've never hooked up, never been intimate. This girl is like a little sister to me, one of my best friends out here by far. I'm in love with her boyfriend. I'm like obsessed with your boyfriend. And she loves Alyssa. And the whole time, like I said before at Warwick, all we talked about was Alyssa, right?
Yeah, we're like, when's she coming? I want to see her.
She was like, I want to meet her. I want to finally meet her. Where's she at? And what was I saying?
You were like, she's on her way. And she's like, should I come? And you're like, yes, come. And I was like, baby girl, come. Text, right? Yeah, you were showing your text. And she was like, I'm coming, I'm on my way.
So I expected Alyssa to walk in at any moment. Like I said, Summer forgot her ID. They never got to come into the place, whatever. So I just want to ask you a couple questions. One, was I being aggressive at all throughout the night?
No, you were like sitting there chilling, dancing a little. We were all just like in our small little corner, just like doing our own thing. Not aggressive ever. Like,
and
just
we were together for the most part.
Yeah, the entire time.
Yeah, okay. So we were at a table, we were at our own table. These guys are some of the people that I go out with sometimes. I haven't been out in 2 months, by the way. I finally went out, I wanted to hang out with my friends and whatever. Did you see me or hear about me from anybody in the club that I was kissing any girls?
No, you were literally next to me the entire time, so I would have seen it and nothing happened.
And everybody there knows both me and Alyssa.
Yeah,
and do you think that truly and honestly in your heart that if that happened, even if you with your back turned, do you think that you would have found out?
Yeah, we've been talking about group chats for sure.
Of course.
We all know everyone at the whole thing, and everyone likes it.
For this to have happened and nobody other than people in Team 10 said it happened, that should just tell you. And the shit I showed you guys of the screenshot with Nick Crompton, that just shows that these kids are ready to over-exaggerate, fabricate shit. He came to me, told me that this girl knew that this was on accident, and then in the video, they have me painted as this evil monster who clotheslined this girl, got her in a headlock, and like intentionally like hurt this girl, which isn't the case at all, obviously. I didn't even fucking know this person was a part of Team 10 or had anything to do with Team 10. I didn't even know she existed on this planet until I got that screenshot. So for them to come to me in private and say they know it was on accident and then to have that happen, just like I said at the beginning of the video, look at this and really try to like see it for what it is and get to the truth, because it's really important. These are serious accusations. Now Taylor has a little bit more to say, and this is what I was talking about getting drugged and more people from Team 10 being there, and this shit's crazy. So Taylor, give me a little rundown of, first I just want to ask you those two same questions. One, was I being aggressive at all to anyone?
No, you weren't being aggressive at all when I was there.
How was I acting, if you could just
You were really happy to see me. You were really excited. And then you even asked me, it was like, yo, is Alyssa outside, or did Summer get in? You're like, did Summer get in? I'm like, what are you talking about? I had no idea what you're speaking about, but now I understand.
She didn't get in.
So I was like, all right, I don't know what you're talking about. And then
like literally everybody that asked me, because these are all friends that I would go out with like religiously. I was going out with these guys 3-4 times a week, and all of a sudden it just stopped.
You went out with me every single night, like probably 6 months ago, like every night.
Every night we were going
every night.
right at the beginning of
and
the summer.
And then I ain't seen Banks out in like, probably like 3 months.
Yeah, I disappeared. As soon as I met Alyssa, I started grinding. I got on the work grind. And Alyssa, that's my life right now. And everybody was asking, where you been at, where you been at? And my response is always, Alyssa, I gotta listen now.
Like the last thing you're gonna do is be at work where everyone knows everyone. It's like basically like you might as well go to a social media party. First, last thing you're gonna do is go hook up with a girl. Like,
so it's like you standing in front of the mall, standing at the mall, calling a fan meetup, and then just making out with some girl and thinking I'm not gonna get caught for it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it'd be like.
That's not at all what happened. That's 100% a lie. So I wasn't being aggressive in making out with the girl. You didn't see anything like that, and
you weren't even with nobody. You were by yourself, minding your own business at our table. And this is the only reason that was weird to me because
I was with you guys most of the night. I was with Nigel a lot, and I was with Josh a lot.
Yeah,
and Tom. Just my friends, my
We're
friends.
all in that one corner.
Yeah, we were sitting drinking. So this is where the story gets fucking crazy. Who did we see at Warwick?
So I don't know anyone from Team 10 really other than Jake and his main posse, right?
Me neither.
I
didn't know.
So
I
we don't
remember
know
this
who's
kid
behind the computers or whatever they do. And I walk in and this kid comes up to me and Banks is over there, he's minding his own business. Kid comes up to me and addresses me and goes, hey man, I'm Max, I'm from Team 10 and
his Instagram, it'll pop up right now, it's Who is Max, right?
Who's Max, his name's Who's Max. And he comes up to me, he's like, yo, I own, he literally said this in word for word, I'm not mistaking anything, I wasn't even drinking yet, this is right when I came and I seen Banks because our friend Josh.
And he's completely sober, so remember,
I'm sober at this point.
He's completely sober.
Very rare. And I see our friend Josh, he's outside, he's not feeling good, so I come inside, I come to the section, this kid, like I said, Max addresses me, he's like, hey man, I'm from T10, whatever, like, don't tell Jake that we're hanging out with you and Banks, and I was like, it's cool man, like, we don't really care, also, I'm more concerned, like, why are these kids here? That's kind of what I'm wondering, like, why are they?
You said they were giving a really sketchy, weird vibe.
No, the weirdest vibe I've ever caught in my life.
And I caught the same vibe, but I didn't know they were a part of Team 10. If I knew that information, I would have immediately removed myself from that situation, and I would have known what they were up to. But I was just like, who are these, like,
so we're just having
weird
fun.
kids?
Yeah.
So there's 3 of them, right?
There was two. The one was the Alex kid. I know him, his older brother. I forgot. I don't know his name.
Okay, and then Max, who's 100% a part of Team 10.
100. He literally pulled out a wad of cash and said that he's buying all the bottles tonight. He's rich.
One of their friends was like recording stuff too, right?
Yes, he had his phone out and they're like, we're rich as fuck. They're like taking their phones and going, we're rich as fuck. We're turning up tonight. I'm just like, all right, weird. And then I'm sitting there minding my own business. I'm speaking to Nigel, which you seen. You're talking to Nigel. I look over at Nigel and I look back behind me, and the kid they have like you up, and you don't really, like, you're not even paying attention to who you're making eye contact to, and you're like drinking out of the thing, and they're like, keep for the next 5 minutes, keep feeding you alcohol.
And they were trying to just get me drunk.
Like they're trying to get you completely.
Kids from Team 10, by the way.
Blacked out.
And I didn't know this. When he texted me, he's like, yo, dude, that Max kid, like this is him, and he's a part of Team 10. Those Team 10 kids were trying to get you blacked out. I'm like, wait, what? And I saw his Instagram, and this is why I was talking about, I'll get into the drug thing a little bit later. As soon as he sent, I can't explain to you guys the feeling I got. As soon as he sent me the screenshot of his Instagram, my heart sank, and it like clicked for me. I was like, holy fuck, these kids actually did something to me. Like, I really, truly, in my heart, believe that these kids drugged me, or just got me way beyond drunk, and obviously with intent. They told you they were trying to get me blacked out.
I told this kid, and this kid can lie every once on the internet, but I told him straight to his face, I said, stop feeding Banks alcohol and stop. I said, you're weird, you're being aggressive, like weird, like, it was just like, you get that vibe like this.
And they said with their words, we're trying to get them blacked out, we're gonna get them blacked out.
I said, stop trying to get Banks blacked out, and the kid said word for word, he goes, I'm with it, bro, let's get everyone fucked up. I was like, what? He's like, let's get them fucked up.
And what else did they ask you for?
This is when I was okay with everything. I'm used to like that, like people trying to get people messed up or whatever. And also, like, the kid said he was from Team 10, but I didn't really believe it.
Yeah,
I never seen him, right?
Exactly.
And I didn't know.
No, but he is.
I didn't know there's 500 people behind the camera, right?
Yeah.
So then I was like, okay, whatever. And I was just like letting this kid speak, and then he kept telling me, like, you and Banks can't tell us. And he didn't tell you to a Team 10, did he?
No. I didn't know any of that until like literally an hour
This
ago.
little kid, Jake has these kids so manipulated in their mind. Like, if you let Jake know, like, bro, we're getting in so much trouble. Like, make sure Jake knows we're not hanging out. I'm like, first off, why would Jake care if we're hanging out? Second of all, why are you at our section? Bro, there's 18 sections in Warwick. These kids are deciding to be at
That's another thing that I wanted to address too.
Yeah,
I wanted to say,
they're in our territory.
I want people to think about this. If this girl is so scared of me, and these people are so like, I'm such a terrible, why are these guys all at our table?
Why?
There's a huge club, and upstairs and downstairs, 18 tables, they're at our table. Why?
And they're spending money at another table.
I want you guys to really think about this, okay? How the stars would have to align, and how coincidental it would have to be, and how random and just crazy of a coincidence it would have to be for not only me and Team 10 to be at the same club, but then also at the same table with me making out with girls when Alyssa is Jake Paul's ex-girlfriend, and that plays perfectly into your guys' story and the way you guys want everybody to see this shit go down. And I brutally assaulted your assistant. Like, if you believe this the way they're telling it, you're brainwashed, and I want nothing to do with you. And I would appreciate it if you never watched another one of my videos and you just left me the alone. But anybody with half a brain, it's also important to know that everybody in our community, everybody in our space on the internet knows who Jake Paul is as a person. The only people who he has fooled are these little kids who have pledged allegiance to him, and they listen to every word he says and thinks he's this miraculous, awesome human being, when it's the exact opposite.
He said he's coming back to your house to party. The kid was like, I'm coming back to Banks' house and we're partying tonight. I said, you're not going to Banks' house. The Matt said he's after partying at your house, bro.
Yeah, so these Team 10 kids are saying they're gonna, like, obviously, these kids are recording things, they're coming up, feeding me alcohol, okay? We're not friends, right?
This is like 1:45 when the club's supposed to be closing, and apparently you've already assaulted their assistant.
Exactly.
If it's Jake's assistant, it's their assistant too.
Exactly. So I assaulted this girl, but they all want to come back to my house to party, and they're trying to get me drunk, and they're feeding me who knows what. It's as easy as this, guys. You take a fucking pill, you crush it up, and you put it in a drink. Somebody can take one sip of it and not remember anything else for the rest of the night, and that's honestly what I believe happened.
And then what, true enough, but like, like, oh, those kids don't do drugs or anything. Well, those kids, every one of those kids, and I solemnly swear I put this on my life, and the club owner there even knows, because I came and told him, I was like, yo, these kids are asking me for drugs. I'm feeling very uncomfortable.
100%. That's just an ode to who they are as people. I don't even care to touch on that. I'm gonna stay on topic of the assaulting, and that's what I'm getting into next. Thank you guys so much. Seriously, Taylor, I appreciate it. Another thing I really want to point at. You and Jake are friends, right?
Yeah, I'm cool with Jake. I like him.
That's something you guys really need to pay attention to. So, Taylor has no allegiance to anybody. I'm not in business with Taylor at all. Jake isn't in business with Taylor at all. He's right dead in the middle, and he came on here because he felt like it was his duty as a fucking human being just to come out and say the truth. Because these accusations are so fucked up, and he had to come out and say it. And I really appreciate you putting yourself out there. Please, guys, just continue to listen to what I have to say. There's so much to talk about. This Team 10 shit, so much is developed, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of this shit. I appreciate you guys both. Thank you so much, Alexa. Thank you. Guys, I'm sorry to drag you into this shit, but so now we're moving on to part 2. Jake Paul and Erica Costell. You are the two biggest hypocrites I've ever come across in my fucking life. And now I'm gonna have Alyssa and Rice, just for moral support, join me. And me and Alyssa are gonna talk to you guys about who Jake Paul is as a person and how much of a hypocrite he is for standing up for women and standing up for human beings and being so against this horrible, evil person that is FaZe Banks for abusing a girl. Because Jake, you're abusive, and you physically abused Alyssa, and you've physically abused Erica Costell, and more girls than that, and we're gonna talk about that right now. So now I'm joined with Alyssa, my lovely girlfriend, I love you so much, and Rice, my handsome roommate. Okay, first of all, do you believe anything that they said about me kissing another girl or anything?
Absolutely not.
I'm so sorry that you have to be involved in this. I know how badly you just want this to be not a thing, and it sucks, but I really appreciate you guys supporting me on this. And we're gonna talk about Jake as a human and how much of a hypocrite he is for the shit he said. You watched the video, right?
Yeah.
And what are your just honest feelings on like him painting me as this abusive human being and him kind of stepping out as this all righteous, like sitting on some moral high ground, standing up for human beings and women and being so against the abuse?
Yeah, so Jake Paul, you guys know that I used to live with him for 2 years. I've known him for like 3 or 4 years, and we've been through a lot of shit. And honestly, he did assault me a few times. If we never agreed on something or if something happened, he would spit in my face, and this has happened multiple times. He would like spit at like my feet, the ground that I walk on. He actually spit on Erica one time too, and she came into my room and talked to me about it. Not
to cut you off, but I want to just go ahead and say, Erica Costell, you are the lowest of low. You're one of the weakest people I've ever come across in my life, and you deserve to have absolutely no little girls admire you or look up to you. The fact that you're doing this, the fact that you're standing up for nothing, you're standing up for yourself, and you're trying to further yourself, your career. The only thing that drives these kids is money, fame, and themselves. They care only about themselves, and they're doing this with the sole reason of putting me down, taking out competition, and furthering themselves and putting them in the light as the good people.
100%. And I was there for it through a lot.
And Erica, the fact that he has spit in your face and he's assaulted you too, and you can sit there at that table and support him acting like this almighty, awesome person, you're weak and you're a piece of shit. And that's genuinely how I feel about you.
She would come into my room all the time and like slam my door shut and be like, I cannot deal with Jake right now, dude. He's the most sexist, racist, homophobe. She would have to leave the office. She would give me a look or she'd text me.
There's a bunch of other stuff. Again, sorry to cut you off. There's a bunch of other stuff that this kid has done, but we're gonna stick to the topic of being physically abusive to women because that's what this is stuff that we've all known. And I can't believe that he came out and said this stuff when he knows how much shit this girl has on him. And we're sitting on a lot of shit, Jake. Like a lot of shit. And there's stuff that I know about you that if the rest of the world knew about you, they would never accept you again. They would hate you. Okay, like I said, I'm gonna hold back and I'm just gonna stick to the point of physically abusing people. You physically abused her. She has scars on her body from when he pushed her. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so about 2 years ago in Arizona, me and squad team 10, me, Jake, Niels, and Alex Lange. And Niels can testify for this. He was there, Alex was there, everyone was there. It's on camera actually too, it's a video. We were filming a video and he had a part where he would like shove me into like this pricker bush or whatever, like with like thorns, like a cactus or whatever it was. So he pushed me way too hard. He even told the camera guy before he pushed me, he's like, yo, make sure you get this, it'll be funny. Pushes me, going, like he could have just shoved me. He shoved me all the way into the bush. And see this, I don't know if you guys can see. This scar right here were from thorns and my entire arm was bleeding. My whole fucking hand, I had to dig out thorns. He was laughing the whole time. Niels was there. Right? I was crying and like all this shit and like he didn't give a f. Another time, he threw my phone. Niels was there too at this one too, and surprisingly enough, Alex Lange was there at this one too. When I was living in his apartment, he took my phone, threw it at the wall. We got into a fight. I ran upstairs. He dragged me down the stairs, and I actually have.
Yeah, that's been on your leg since I met you. Like,
this has been here for like 2 years, dude.
I'm not saying, like I said, I took full accountability in the beginning of the video. I don't know if I was dancing and elbowed this girl. I have no idea. I'm not gonna go say one way or the other because we are gonna get the security footage and everything's gonna come out. So I don't want to say one way or the other, and I just want to be completely honest about it. I don't ever remember seeing this girl, and I know for 100% fact I didn't physically assault anybody with intent.
Another thing that I have, as you guys know, the second that all that shit blew up with Jake and I, a bunch of his girlfriends at the time took my side, and they were all texting me.
And I know all these girls too. They're all really sweet girls.
And there's like 2 or 3 girls that we all sat down, had a conversation at Coachella and like just a bunch of other places. They were like, yo, Jake assaulted me too. He would push me down on the ground. He's just very aggressive. He's never.
And he spit on them too.
He
right?
spit on them too, yeah. He would never ever like hit someone, like he wouldn't like knock someone out, but just like the way like they play fight, he would do too hard. Like I've had the wind knocked out of me so many times. Niels used to live with us, Dobre twins used to live with us, everyone used to see this, Logan used to see this, everyone. So I'm not just sitting here like saying for me, there's 2 or 3 other girls who we did the same exact thing to.
I just want to ask, just because it relates to like me being aggressive and stuff, have I ever put a mark on you?
You've never put one mark on me.
Have I ever
never
knocked the wind out of you or anything?
Never, not once.
I'm not aggressive to women. I'm not aggressive to anybody in general unless I have a genuine reason to be. And I guess in this case, the reason to be looked at is she's a part of Team 10, but I had no idea who that was. And in the DMs with Nick, you guys can see, I said I don't know who that is. I have no idea who that is.
I have no idea.
It's important to know, guys, that the credibility from their side of the story right off the bat needs to be thrown out of the window. Because like I said, every detail of this shit counts. It matters. And if you see somebody over-exaggerating even a little bit on any part of it, you need to understand that they're capable of doing that to the whole story. And in this case, Nick, I don't think that they knew Nick DM'd me this, because if they had, I don't think they would have tweeted it out, spun it in the way. No, he didn't tweet out what he said to me though. He tweeted out what I said. He tweeted out my response. He didn't tweet out the part where he said, conveniently didn't tweet out the part where he said, she knows it was an accident.
Yeah.
Or she,
wait, what the f? Yeah.
That part, I have it screenshotted. I already showed you guys. That'll be in the description. It's incredible to me. He said he knew it was an accident, and then in the video, they painted it to be like I like attacked this girl and I like was some deranged lunatic who like assaulted this girl with the intent to hurt her. And that's not the case.
He's never laid a finger on me, ever once.
And again, the only reason why I'm shining light to this is to show you guys who this person is as an actual human versus how he acts on camera. These people, again, I'm gonna say it again, I'm gonna stress this fact. They're driven by fame, they're driven by money, and they're driven by themselves. Like, just look at Jake's tweets. His ego is insane. This kid really thinks he's a god. amongst peasants. And he acts like that, everything aligns with that, and that's who they think that they are, and it's not cool, it's not right, and they crossed the line with this one, they really did. I also want to get into with you for a second how I was acting when you saw me and how you found me and how we spoke way before I found out this Max kid from Team 10 was feeding me drinks and being sketchy at the bar. I knew he was doing that, but I didn't think he was part of Team 10. I just found out today that kid is a part of Team 10. That blows my mind. It actually blows my mind. Me and you had spoke the next morning about how you thought I was drugged too, because you've seen me drunk, you know how I act and stuff, and was I acting like how I've ever acted?
No, you were literally.
But was I being aggressive?
No, you were never aggressive. You were like loopy and like out of it and like woo, and you're like just, I've never seen him like that in my life. There's things he was texting me, stuff that didn't even make sense.
It made absolutely no sense.
Okay, right here, this is what he was saying. Like FBI, like it doesn't make sense.
You got drugged, bro.
No, I really genuinely, it's because I said that,
That
I didn't think it happened the way that I think it happened now. I thought like, shit, like I picked up some random drink, I thought it was my drink. Because that stuff happens, it's happened to some of my friends, like that's real and that's like scary.
Especially in LA.
Especially in LA. So I picked up a drink, I thought maybe I picked up a drink and just drank the wrong drink and it was laced with something and I f***ed up. But now I truly believe that these kids saw me, they were texting Jake, texting whoever, and they came up with this crazy plan to try to get me in trouble.
Plus, I want to say that I was on my way to the club with Summer Rae. I was literally on the way. He was texting me, where are you, where are you?
The whole time.
The entire time. All this happened in a span of 20 minutes, by the way. All these kids finding him, getting him drunk, or drugged. We don't know for sure. We should have gotten you tested, honestly.
I didn't know. I honestly didn't know that like, this is how like
just
this is gonna develop
Just the shit you were texting me. I've never seen that. Like, I've seen you drunk. I'm with you drunk all the time, and you've never acted like that. 2, saying that he cheated on me. We're friends with the same people, so
That's
you would
what I'm
never
trying to
act
say.
that way in front of anyone.
Not at all.
I'm on my way to the club. Just all of this does not add up. And he
Listen,
hit a
me
girl
and this
in 20 minutes.
Me and this girl are genuinely in a relationship, okay?
This is true. This is
It's not
clickbait.
clickbait.
Hold on, let me see this. Everything,
That was like at the same
hold on.
time.
Everything that these people do, they're like robots that are just like programmed to want views and fame and money.
Seriously,
like
bro.
I said.
Dude, I literally saw these Team 10 kids and literally their eyes lit up and they're like, okay, camera out ASAP.
We try to deal with it behind the scenes. I was texting this kid, you guys saw the DMs that
we can't
week.
even talk to them.
It's insane.
It's just camera.
And I live there. I live there. I know exactly what the conversation was before they turned on that camera and be like, yo, our assistant was assaulted. I was there through everything.
The drama's been down for the past few days. Jake heard that, and I promise you, the first thing that he thought wasn't, oh my god, are you okay? Like, what can I do to help? It was, that's a banger video.
Yep.
I can break up Alyssa and Banks because he obviously doesn't like this. I can destroy them because he obviously doesn't like how big we are and how many fans we have. And I can blow the up again and reach that 10 million subscribers faster than anybody ever has in the fucking history of YouTube. Like, you are seriously a robot, dude. You've lost all sense of being a human being and you need to check yourself. You really need to check yourself because it's not healthy and it's super up.
Yeah, I know a lot more, but we're all quiet today.
There's a lot more, okay? But I'm not in the business of trying to ruin anybody's life like these people. I don't care. There's room enough on YouTube for everybody. When I shut the laptop, it's over for me. I don't care. I'm going out, I'm having fun, I'm doing my thing. Like I said, me and this girl, we tell each other a lot of stuff. Like, we know a lot about each other, and everything that I've done, everything that she does, we know each other, like, to the deepest degree, and we're actually, like, I actually fucking really love this girl. This kid's relationship with Erica is completely fabricated. It's not real. Tessa and Chance, it's not real.
Oh, can I talk about that real quick? Alright, so before Chance and Anthony moved to LA, there was actually like a running gag, like a joke going around the house, like, ooh, like, Tessa, which one should you date when they get here? And then she was like, oh, I don't know, which one's cuter? Which one should I date for the views?
This stuff is all planned,
It's
pre-planned.
all fake.
It's all fake, it's completely fake. For this kid to shine light on me cheating on Alyssa and being abusive to girls when he was super abusive to her and cheated on her 1,000 times, it's crazy.
Not only physically abusive, but like mentally abusive as well. Like, everyone knows that.
And that was even on a higher degree than the physical stuff.
Just like everyone that knows Banks, everyone that knows me, everyone knows that he's a genuinely good person. Everyone that knows Jake, whether that be his brother, his family, like all of his friends, myself included, everyone knows, even the people in the industry. That's why people don't f with him anymore.
So guys, thank you so much. Alyssa, I'm so sorry that you had to deal with this. I really appreciate that.
I would do anything for you.
I would do anything for you too. I love you. I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry?
I'm just sorry that we have to deal with this. It's a shitty situation and this isn't how I want to spend my Friday. Closing on that, on the whole thing with Warwick, I really think that I was drugged. Like, that's like really what I think happened, and I know for a fact. Luckily, I remember what happened at Warwick, and I know I didn't physically assault anybody on fucking purpose. That doesn't even make any sense. Like I said, do the math, add it up. I'm not even sweating this stuff. But yeah, thank you guys so much. I'm gonna close this up. That'll be a wrap. Thanks, guys.
One more thing that I forgot to mention was after we found out where Ricky was, because like he stopped responding, like the shit he was texting me did not make any sense. We drove to the party that we found out he was at, and the entire time we were going there, me and Summer kept like piecing things together, and we knew for a fact that he was drugged or some shit wasn't
like they
right.
suspected that. Like they found me, and this is not me. My shirt's ripped. My arm is cut up.
Yeah, what the fuck?
My phone. I lost my phone. I was saying shit that didn't make sense. I was hopping on your car and licking the window. And
Yeah.
Like both her and Summer were like, dude, you must have been on something. Like somebody gave you something. Like, and this is before I knew about this Team 10 stuff. Like this is before I knew about that. And as soon as Taylor told me that, it clicked for me, and like it's just so fucked up. Like I can't know for sure, so I'm not accusing them 100%, but like it adds up for me. Like it makes sense for me. And watching this video, I know these kids are capable of doing anything. Like these kids will go to any extent. Like they would kill us. I honestly feel like if they felt like they could get away with it, they would kill me.
Yeah.
Like that's how I genuinely feel. I've never ever met people who would go these lengths to like try to damage somebody or hurt somebody or break something like this up, and it just sucks.
And I've known them for years, and I know exactly what they're capable of doing, especially with their fan base now, and you guys need to understand that you're being manipulated. And I know for a fact, I've been there, guys. It's me.
Okay guys, so this is part 3 of the video. In closing, well, what happens now? What do I do to completely indefinitely prove myself as innocent in this? I just have to pursue this legally. I'm suing Erica Costello, jakePaul, and their assistant Meg for slander, defamation of character, and I'm going to get those tapes. I'm going to do everything that I can to get those security tapes to prove that I wasn't making out with anybody, because that's really the thing I care most about. I don't want people to think that I did that, and to prove that I wasn't aggressively like trying to assault. Like I said, guys, everyone's human. People do make mistakes. Like that's going to happen. Not everybody's perfect, especially the people on the internet. Like we're more up and flawed than everybody else combined. You know what I mean? And if I did something like that, like genuinely, yeah, I would be sorry. She's this little girl, and if I did that, then me, like I'm a asshole and I'm sorry. But to paint the picture and say I did it with intent and to really try to hurt this person, it's just so fucked up, and it's beyond anything, and it's impossible for me to be sorry or feel bad. And at this point, like it could all be fabricated. I don't even know anymore. Like it's so twisted up and so up. But I'm gonna pursue legal action. I'm gonna make sure that this gets resolved, and this will not be the last time I talk about this. Jake, I really want you to pay attention to what I'm about to say. Back the off, dude. Like really, back the off. You need to leave me, Alyssa, Rice, and everybody alone, and you need to pump the brakes, because you're stepping into territory, like real serious shit. Like this is a serious crime. We both have big brands. You're essentially saying, it's like McDonald's doing a campaign on how Wendy's gives you cancer. Like you're not allowed to do that. You're trying to destroy my life, and it's up. And I hope everyone sees past it, and I appreciate the people that do. And there's 2 sides to every story. This is my side, and I did my absolute best to keep it 100 with you guys. I'm gonna go on Keem. I'm gonna talk to everybody. I'm gonna make sure that people hear my side of the story. That's it for right now. I hope you guys made it to the end, and I hope you guys looked at this objectively. Please share it around, like the video, support me, because this shit sucks, man. Like I don't want even one human being on this planet thinking that's who I am as a person. Like it's kills me to think that, dude. Like I said, Jake, like I'm sitting on so much shit that you've done, and I understand that you're a human being, and I understand that you're a young kid, and I've even said, this is why it's so fucked up, I've even said to Logan, and I've said to people, like, how could I hate this kid? Like everyone assumes that I hate this kid. Like how could I hate this kid? If it wasn't for this kid and his existence, I would have never met Alyssa, and I love this girl. I can't hate him for that. I have to, like, in a weird way, love him for that. And I've said, like, I have no problem with this kid. He's never done anything wrong to me. Him and Alyssa had their thing, but I know how that goes. Again, we're all humans and stuff at the end of the day. But what you did this time around is so fucked up, and I really hope for 1 second, dude, you put the camera down, you take a look in the mirror, and you look at yourself as a human being rather than some pop star YouTuber, and you just reflect on this shit and the damage it could have caused and what's to come next, because this is illegal. This is like totally crossing the line, and I have to pursue this legally. I have to. That's just what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna upload this. I'm gonna figure it out. I love you guys so much. The people who are there for me, I love you. I see you. I see every single one of you guys. You guys are my family. I love you guys so much. This has been your boy Banks. Peace the